The worst thing that can possibly happen to a young lady is losing her parents, especially at that age when you need guidance the most. Life can be so unfair, and when it strikes, it doesn't care about age or innocence. My name is Amara. I was just 18 when I lost my mother. As for my father, well, according to the stories my mum told me, he got her pregnant and then vanished. Never showed up, never asked about me, never took responsibility. My mother carried that burden all by herself, and she did it with incredible strength. She struggled so much to get by. From a very young age, she worked tirelessly to put herself through university. It was never easy. There were nights she cried herself to sleep, times she skipped meals just to pay her fees and rent. But eventually, she managed to open a small food joint by the roadside. With time, consistency, and a little bit of faith, that small joint grew into a modern restaurant. That's when things finally started to look up for her. Her life transformed from that of a struggling woman to a successful one. She even landed a job as a marketing manager in a big company. Because of her busy schedule, she decided to hand over the restaurant to her older sister, my Auntie Akachi. At the time, Auntie Akachi was jobless and struggling back in the village with her 2 daughters, both born out of wedlock. Life hadn't been kind to her either. She could barely afford to send her girls to school, and the village gossip was relentless. My mum felt sorry for her and wanted to help her get back on her feet. So she invited her to the city to manage the restaurant. The deal was simple. Auntie Akachi would run the place and give my mum a small percentage of the daily revenue. Back then, we lived in a simple 2-bedroom apartment. When my mum started her new job, she rented that place. So when Auntie Akachi came, my mum gave her the spare room while I shared a room with my mum. Auntie Akachi took full control of the restaurant, and after about a year, she was making good money. Then one day, she came to my mum with a request. "Kiamaka," she said, "I need to ask you for a favor." My mum calmly told her to go ahead. "Can I bring my 2 daughters to come live with us? I want them to attend school here in the city so I can keep a better eye on them." My mum hesitated. "I would have said no," she replied gently. "Why?" Auntie Akachi asked, her brow furrowing. "They're with their grandmother, and you know she raised us well. She knows how to bring up children properly, but my aunt wasn't having it. I don't want them to be deceived by young boys the way I was," she argued angrily. "Now I have 2 daughters without a father they can call their own." My mum tried to reason with her. "That's because you didn't listen to Mum's advice back then. You were stubborn. So now you're insulting me," my aunt snapped. "No, please don't misunderstand me," my mum said, trying to keep the peace. "You're already so busy with the restaurant. Our apartment is small, and city life is dangerous for kids. The peer pressure is intense. In the village, school fees are cheaper, and children are still taught respect." Instead of understanding, Auntie Akachi got even angrier. "Then why don't you send Amara to the village to attend school there?" My mum stood her ground. "She is my daughter. I can take care of her here. I can afford a good school and monitor her properly. So you're saying I can't take care of my own daughters?" Auntie Akachi retorted. If they come, they'll stay in my room. That was just how my aunt was. She always wanted things her way, conveniently forgetting that my mom was the one paying the rent and all the bills. The rooms weren't spacious at all, and even if her daughters came, she couldn't afford their city school fees. But she was determined, and that decision, my friends, was the beginning of a whole new chapter of struggles for me. To find out what happened next, make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on for the next episode. Thanks for watching.